Good morning. Welcome to Dan Cummins, a Chevrolet and Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealership in America. We have been on a mission to eradicate the negative stigmas associated with the auto industry, and it's time that we check in on that and see if we're actually are we practicing what we preach? Are we doing what we say that we're going to do? We're going to talk about that a little bit today, here, Saturday, July 28th. 2018 at Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick, Paris, Kentucky. Let's go! Whew, I like Saturdays. Saturdays are nice. We're going to start off real quick. We need to highlight a couple of these good reviews that you guys have been getting. First of all, Tasha Soper. What's that? Tasha Soper says, my husband and I had a great experience buying a truck at Dan Cummins. Adam Lynch was an exceptional sales associate. He went above and beyond. He made our car buying experience top-notch. I'd recommend him and Dan Cummins' team to anyone in the market for a vehicle. Nice job, Adam Lynch. Teresa Grider says, the sales reps I worked with, Brett and Mindy, were very helpful with my purchase. Nice job, Brett and Mindy. Taylor McKinney says, I had a great experience buying my new SUV at Dan Cummins. Thank you to my sales guy, Rick Amiti, and his sales manager for making this simple and easy. I would highly recommend them to anyone looking, new or used. They can make it work for you. Very, 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 very nice. Who are we pointing at? Rick. Good job, Rick. Yeah, man. All right, Alex Zimmerman says, I have the pleasure of working with Mike and Rob. They made the process very smooth. They were very patient with me and worked with me to get the best price possible. They made my satisfaction their priority, and I can say they more than succeeded. I am very happy to be a second-time customer there, and I will continue to go to Dan Cummins for future truck purchases. Nice job, Mike and Rob. I like seeing some new names up there. Dominic Carlucci says, Matthew Isaac did a phenomenal job selling me my new Chrysler Cruze LT. Thanks, man. A nice job, Matthew Isaac. One more, we're good. We can keep going. I love all the good reviews. No, we're good. Let's get to the meeting so we can get downstairs and sell some cars. All right, so I was thinking about this morning, right? Go ahead and, yeah, it's starting to happen. 5 things we have to do to eradicate the negative stigma associated with car business. Everybody stand up. Now, in case we forget, let's go ahead and read this together why we are here. Because I am on a mission to eradicate the negative stigmas associated with the car business. I can do this by making people feel special, feel important, feel like they're the only one. I will offer an experience that will exceed my customers' expectations today, tomorrow, and in the future. I will not just sell cars, I will create fans, right? Good. Good, good, good. All right, have a seat. Let's dive into this a little bit. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, okay, we've been on this mission. Now, is it working is a question that I wanted to ask myself this morning. I also wanted to know, are we truly practicing what we preach? Are we doing what we say we're going to do? Are we eradicating the negative stigmas associated with the auto industry? So I thought, okay, well, what does that look like to truly eradicate the negative stigmas? What are some of the negative stigmas that are associated with the auto industry? Are we attacking those? Are we eliminating those? And are we truly affecting the industry, or are we just doing it right here in good old Paris, Kentucky? Before we get started, I want to welcome, we got Mike Church's Pops back there in the house over there. I will tell you, Mike, I never realized you were the tallest guy in your family. Never realized that. He is literally the tallest guy in the church household. It's crazy, man. My goodness. All right, so with that said, first things first, here is one of the stigmas associated with the auto industry, right? People think you're going to go into a dealership, you're going to get terrible service. That's very common. It happens across the nation, right? Raise your hand if you've had a customer tell you they got terrible service somewhere, right? They feel like they're just not going to get treated right, right? The statistics say that the only place people would rather go, or that's worse than a car dealership, is what? the dentist, right? Like that's what we're associated with. We had a deed over here on this piece of land that said you're not allowed to build a casino, a strip club, or a car dealership on it. Like that's what we've been grouped with because of terrible service. So I was thinking, okay, well, how have we done in eradicating that, and are we making an impact on the industry? So with that said, I went ahead and pulled up and looked at our reviews. So as you can see, our dealer rater reviews, we're currently at a 4.8, right? With a little over 1,000 reviews. 98% of the people would recommend the incoming Chevrolet and Buick. When you go to our Google review, which is this one right here, Google's got us at 4.7 stars with 2,170 Google reviews, and Facebook's got us at 4.6 stars with 1.8 thousand reviews. Basically what that breaks down to is a little over 95% of the customers that walk through this dealership feel like they got great service. That's a good number, right? That's a good number. So I feel like we are truly starting to affect and change people's perspective of the service that they can get when walking into a dealership. I think that our reviews back that up. Do you guys agree? All right, so we can put a check mark on that one, right? And we're going to continue to make sure to offer superior service, get 94 reviews next month, right? We're going to continue to make sure to make our customers happy as we go down there today, tomorrow, and in the future, because that's what we do, right? Right? Right. Okay, good. So that's the first one. Second one, people believe from not believe, but it's pretty standard in the auto industry and has been across the auto industry that there's like no training, right? That the training is just terrible. You got people just kind of getting thrown out there, and we're like, hey, good luck. And they go out there with no training. They can't truly be professionals. So I started looking at that. Well, do we do some training around here? Do you guys train? We do lots of training. How about you new hires that are on day 14 of 2 weeks working every single day, right? Do we train a little bit? So we do some training around here. I think it's really good. We've got our Cardone training. We've been learning magic words. You've got all of your sales managers that are in there. They're training you guys. You've got Megan and Jason, and everybody's been up here the last couple of weeks training the new hires. I think we do a fairly good job of training. And here's some of those examples and results. So we've got great leaders like Sip and Megan, and Sam was out there selling cars yesterday. You've got all these great leaders that are teaching everything that they can teach, right? We definitely have that at this store. Now we also can tell because we just had 9 people move across the country, right, to join our team. We just had 9 people move. We've had some other people that were already here, but they came to join our team. So you've got some great people that are moving here because they wanted what? They wanted good training, right? They wanted to be around good leaders. So my thought process is, well, if people are moving to be a part of this company and they're not getting training where they were at, they're getting the training here, then not only are we doing what we say we're going to do here in this dealership alone, but we're making an impact on the industry as a whole, right? Can we all agree? Because people are leaving their dealerships to come join ours, right? So I think we're making an impact. I also think that once all these GMs and owners started seeing their top people, right? Guys like Sean Hayes and Luke Hollins and just all these top people in the dealership, this whole training class, they were all top leaders in their dealership. When they started seeing them leave, what do you think other dealerships started doing? I guarantee you there was more bonuses, promotions, promises made. I guarantee you, as soon as everybody started moving, dealers across this country were like, whoa, 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 we got to take care of our good people, right? So I think we're starting to make an impact on the industry with the way that dealerships train and the way that dealerships take care of their people internally. I think we're doing a really good job of that. What do you guys think? Think we're doing good? Cool. All right. Now, another stigma associated with the auto industry is people think it's filled with a bunch of creeps, right? Just a bunch of creeps, a bunch of deadbeats, a bunch of dirt bags, right? You've seen all the pictures. You've seen all the movies. There's a movie. What was the name of that movie? My buddy made a movie. George Lopez was in it. But he made a movie, and I actually worked with him at the dealership out there in Arizona, and he made a movie about the dealership that I worked at back in the day. And this movie was just filled with underhanded, car dogs, exactly. Just filled with like underhanded people doing underhanded stuff, listening in on people's phone calls, figuring out how to trunk people, right? Remember trunking people, getting people into the trunk, just crazy stuff like that. That is the image that the auto industry has had for a really long time. It's just a bunch of creeps, a bunch of deadbeats, a bunch of, I can't use bad words, but bad words, right? That's basically what it's been looking like. So I wanted to take a look at our dealership real quick. And here's what I looked at. I don't see a bunch of deadbeats. What I see, this used to be a deadbeat, right, Erica? This girl right here, she said it first, so I can go ahead and say it. But that's her now. What I see John selling car for a cause. I see Sean out there every single day. He's training. He's trying to encourage and lift people up in the auto industry. Obviously, we've got the Rise and Grind group. We've got a big event that's coming up where we're bringing people into Paris, Kentucky, into the community. I see Erica is giving out Bibles. How many Bibles are you going to be handing out this month? 62 so far. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And I see you guys out there doing all of these things. Like, you're not deadbeats. I don't look around this room and see a bunch of deadbeats or sleazy, slimy car people. Do you? Look to your right and look to your left. Would you call that person sleazy or slimy? And if the answer is yes, don't say it out loud. Okay? Tom's like, yeah. All right, I don't see sleazy and slimy. I see clean cut. I see good looking people. I see everybody looks fresh and they're taking care of their bodies. I see us working out. I see us doing good things, man. You guys are all doing good things. So when I ask myself that question, are we eradicating that negative stigma? I believe that we are. I believe that we're doing that at this dealership. And I'm starting to see other dealerships across the country that are starting to follow suit. Right? Out with the old, in with the new. All right? So, number 4, the fourth negative stigma that the auto industry has is that people think they're going to get ripped off, right? They totally think they're going to get ripped off because for years and years and years and years and years, there was no information out there, and people had no idea what they were going to get for their car, and they had no idea how much markup was in a vehicle. And we had these little books where we could hide the invoices, right? We could hide the prices, and nobody knew because there was no internet, and you could market it whatever you want and price it at whatever you want. People were just getting hit over the head like baby seals, right? That's how the industry was forever. But thank God we now have technology, we have information, and we can be transparent, and we can be real, right? So I asked myself that question: Are we still falling under this negative stigma, or are we doing something about it? And I think that answers the question right there. All right. For those of you who can't see that, that says Truck Month, save up to $15,000 on select 2018 Silverado 1500s. $15,000. We all know how much money $15,000 is, right? If I said I have $15,000 in my back pocket and I'm going to give it to you, how quick would you get up here? Get up here pretty quick. Somebody would probably die, right? I remember at GrowthCon, Tim Grover had like a $100 bill, right? He's like, I'm going to give this $100 bill. And people were like climbing over each other to get to the stage. It's crazy. For $100, this is $15,000 off. And it's not just one truck, it's tons of trucks. And if you look through our entire inventory, you're going to find that they're all discounted. They're all at great prices. And on top of that, not only are they incredible prices on all of our vehicles, but we also offer a powertrain for life guarantee, right? We're going to guarantee it forever. We're going to give you 72 hours of exchange policy where you can change your mind if you feel like you made a bad decision. We got non-commissioned salespeople that are just looking out for you and your best interest, right? I think we're attacking this one really, 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 really well. I think we're attacking it really well. And I also know that we're making an impact on the auto industry as a whole because everyone else has got to try to keep up. Everyone else's prices are aggressive now, right? Everyone else has kind of dropped their prices down. Who else has Powertrain for Life? Is there any other dealerships that have Powertrain for Life? Have you seen them? They exist out there. There's a few dealerships now that have Powertrain for Life. There used to be none. It used to be just us. They're starting to follow suit. They're starting to offer their customers better value, right? We're not just ripping people off. It's all about the customer experience. So I think we can check mark on this one for sure that we're doing a phenomenal job, and I think we're also making an impact on the industry as a whole. Do you agree? All right, good. Fifth one. A lot of people believe that dealerships are just old, crotchety, behind the times, and really, really selfish, right? What's that? What's that? Old, crotchety, behind the times, and selfish. And we're really close to taking full ownership of this Chrysler store. So I might get in trouble because we don't technically own it yet. But you want to talk about old, crotchety, and behind the times, bro. That store down there is nuts, man. I mean, it's just old, right? Even though it's a new building, a new fascia anyway, it's just kind of old. It's got some old techniques. It's got really old software. It's got the wood panels. I mean, there's a stinking fireplace with a leopard skin rug in the freaking showroom, right? Like, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Like, really? And that's the new building. But that's kind of the mindset. And you can walk into dealerships all over this country, and that's kind of the experience that you'll get. Just kind of old and crotchety, behind the times. They definitely aren't up to date, right? That's happening in a lot of dealerships across the country. I think we've kind of attacked that. I know that we have a new building, we have new facilities, we have clean people that are young, right, and short. We have people that are young. They're not like old and crotchety. Our customers' experience is like a whole different deal because we have all these tools and all these apps, right, new hires? Do we have tools and apps? We have lots of tools and apps, right? Did you have tools and apps at your store? No tools and apps, right? Behind the times. So we have tools and we have apps and we have a fresh showroom and it's wide open and we don't have the barricades and the barriers and we don't have, well, we do down there, but we don't have leopard skin rugs and fireplaces, right? We don't have that. And when you walk in, the people that you run into are good-looking people, right? They're good-looking people. They're clean and we're young and we're fresh. And by young, I don't necessarily mean age, okay? Don't get it twisted. By young, it's just here. It's just here. We're young at heart. We're running around. If you look at everybody's shoes right now. Look at your shoes. Look at your shoes. Okay, I guarantee you walk into the 99% of the dealerships across America. Tony said, I ain't got none. Stop it. Oh my gosh. Dusty's dog almost ripped his legs off yesterday, but he missed. Look at your shoes if you can, and they're well, you got rubber, right? We all got rubber. We got rubber to the floor. You go into most of these dealerships across the country, what are you going to get? You're going to get wingtips, man. You got a bunch of people in wingtips. They're in dress shoes. They're in their slacks. They're in their shirts and their ties, and they're tight and they're stuffy, man. We're loose. We're young. We're running. We're out there running around in tennis shoes. Josh Cummins mentioned it in something. He was talking the other day. He's like, I know when I strap on my tennis shoes, I know I'm going to have a good day. I know I'm going to have a good day. I know I'm going to run. I know I'm going to put in some work. Nothing against you finance guys. You guys can't run. Okay? But he's like, I know I'm going to run. I know I'm going to hit the ground run. I'm going to hit the pavement. I'm going to go serve customers. I'm going to go serve people. Like, I'm here to work, not here to sit behind my desk, right? It's just different. I think we're doing a really good job at attacking that negative stigma of people being old and crotchety. I think we're up to date and we're technologically in the times. Do you guys agree? All right, cool. So guess what? I really do believe that this is working industry-wide. Other dealers across the country are starting to offer better service and they're working on their reviews. They really are. If you start going to these other dealers' pages, they're starting to get good reviews, starting to take care of their customers. They're starting to do the things that we've been doing for years and years and years and years and years, right? We are making an impact on this industry. They're losing staff. People are jumping ship. It's like I talked about earlier. Salespeople across America are starting to realize, I don't have to stay in this environment. I don't have to. Because there's going to be a store out there that's going to take better care of me, that's going to offer me a better scenario, a better situation, a better pay plan, a better schedule. Who enjoys having a day off in the middle of the week? Right? It's good. Sean, how many days off for the last 11 years? How many days off a month did you have? 2 days off a month. Every other Sunday. Okay? Every other Sunday. For the last 11 years, that guy has worked 28 to 29 days a month. Okay, that's standard. That's pretty standard. That's how it is right down the street at one of our competitors. That's how it was for me for 7 years in Flagstaff, Arizona. That's pretty standard in the auto industry, right? But those things are starting to change because salespeople are going, wait a minute, this sucks, man. I don't make any money. You know, you treat me like crap. I don't have good leaders in place, and you're making me work 29 days a month. I don't have to do that anymore. I think that we are truly making an impact on this industry in that way just as well. They're doing more for their community than ever. Josh, yesterday he met with the coach down there at for the high school football, and Dan Cummins Chevrolet is donating $50 per touchdown this season, right, to the football team, $50 per touchdown. Plus, we're doing all these T-shirts. Plus, I think they're having like a bowl game here, right? They're going to have a bowl game here in Paris, Kentucky. It's the Dan Cummins Bowl. I think, yeah, the Dan Cummins Bowl, right? Isn't that cool? And so we're going to sponsor that. We're sponsoring that program. Josh Cummins, obviously, for the Rise and Grind event, we got these speakers coming in and the music. He's buying tickets for all of you guys. He's also buying tickets for churches. And when I say buying tickets, he's not getting free tickets. Don't get me wrong. He's paying out of his pocket, okay? He's buying you guys tickets to go to this event. He's buying tickets for the churches, tickets for the groups, tickets for the community. We take care of the baseball team. We take care of CASA. We take care of little boys that don't get TVs down the street. We take care of people, right? Outside in our community. We do those things. And I'm starting to see more and more dealers are starting to do the same thing. They're starting to impact their communities. You know, Scott Simons and his team, they're giving away a car. They give away a brand new car to a teacher every year, right? Every year they give a car to a teacher. Matt Black Kia, I think it is. Matt Black Kia is a great store. They're starting to do a lot of big things in their community, starting to make an impact. I'm starting to see that more, and it makes me proud. It makes me really proud to know that we're the team that kind of created a lot of this. You know what I'm saying? And we're really starting to make a difference. Prices are way more competitive, like we talked about, and much better value with all these dealerships. Ask Jason. Where's he at? Jason will tell you, dude. Have you seen that guy lately? He's just like, he's like so stressed out. I'm like, relax, Jason. He's like, dude, everybody's starting to get in the game. They're starting to lower their prices. And what do we do? And how do we stay ahead of it? And I'm like, bro, we got this, man. We got this. We've been doing this for years. We're the leaders, man. We're the leaders. If everybody's priced the same, where do people want to buy a car? Dan Cummins, man. Dan Cummins, because we've been doing this for a while. And as far as videos and ads and technology and all that stuff, I see you guys doing a whole lot more of that. You guys are highlighting your customers. You're doing Facebook live stream. We're having fun. We're doing all kinds of cool stuff, right? We're going to continue to do more. And I'm starting to see a lot of other dealers that are doing the same thing. I saw challenges, Kiki challenges, right? You got dealerships doing Kiki challenges. And again, Matt Black, he just had a really great video where he did new car smell. Did you see that? He's got a video where he's like, you can buy new car smell in like a Tide Pod type thing. And he's doing laundry with his kids. He throws it in and his kid pulls it out. He's like, smells like a new Kia. Like it's really a neat commercial, but starting to have fun. There was a conference that my friend Lisa Copeland was at. One of the guys that was speaking, he told everybody that was at the conference that the future of the auto industry is every dealership needs to have a videographer in it. Every single dealership needs to have a videographer in the showroom to be able to capture video and show it online. Where do you think they got that idea? Right here, right? We've had a videographer for 4 years, and he's the best, right? So it's really starting to have an impact on this industry. And if you think back, I remember times like, you got guys like Amazon that completely changed the way we ship our products, right? You got Walmart that completely changed the way that we do our shopping, and Uber changed the way that we do our transportation, and all these guys, Airbnb, they changed the way that we rent our hotels or our places to stay. All of these guys have been powerful in their industry, right? They led the industry, they led the change, and I feel really awesome about the fact that we are doing that for the auto industry. 100%. You guys, each one of you, individually, you are doing that for the auto industry. We're changing it nationwide, and that's something that we should be super, super proud of. So I wanted to dive into that a little bit today. I wanted to make sure we remember what we're doing and why we're doing it. I wanted to make sure that you guys realize that you're not just selling cars down there. You're not just selling cars down there, man. You're offering people awesome service. You're changing the way people see the auto industry. You're changing the experience that customers have as they buy the second most highest price thing that they buy, right? You're changing the environment that people work in. We're changing lives. People are moving across the country. They want to work with you. They want to be a part of this team. And I think it's stinking awesome. I think we're right on mission. I think we're right on point. We're not done. We're not done. We've got it started, but we're not done. Now we got to start expanding, right? We got to go to some other stores and start to expand our footprint, make a bigger impact, right? We have to get better here, right here in this dealership. We have to get better. We have to make sure to live up to all of the new expectations, because the expectations are new, right? And then we have to do what my friend Sean always talks about, is we got to figure out how we can zag, because everyone else is starting to zig, right? Everyone else is starting to get on our page. So how do we change it up now? How do we mix it up and get to that next level where we leapfrog ahead again, and we're 4 or 5 years ahead of everybody else, which is where we've been for the last couple of years. So those are the things I wanted to think about this morning, go over with you this morning, because I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of this team and what you guys are doing. It's truly, truly phenomenal. So let's stand up one more time with a little more meaning this time. Now that we know what this really means, I want you to shout it out to the rooftops, because I am on a mission to eradicate the negative stigmas associated with the car business. I can do this by making people feel special, feel important, feel like they're the only one. I will offer an experience that will exceed my customers' expectations today, tomorrow, and in the future. I will not just sell cars, I will create fans. Let's have a big day today. Continue to attack the industry. Let's get after it, my man. All right. You ready? Big day new hires on the floor. Keep up the good work, my man. Great job, Brett. Ooh, they even get gas cards. You're official. You can buy stuff. My man Chuck needs you to come see him down at the Chrysler building. How many we got out at Chrysler right now?
We're going to get close to 100. It's going to be close.
Isn't that crazy? 2 months ago we did what?
100 cars. That was like 30 a month.
Yeah, but they did like 7
Yeah.
in May. And now we're going to do 100. You've been leading the charge down there, man. My man from Missouri. Mm-hmm. Who's coming to visit you?
Kevin Dang.
Dang! That's what I'm talking about. That dang car guy is coming to join us. Hey, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. We're going to continue to try to eradicate these negative stigmas associated with the auto industry. I hope that you'll join us. I really do. I hope that you'll join us, offering your customers just an incredible experience over the top. Give them great prices and great value. Offer your staff an incredible work environment where they can be a part of a team. Give them a little time off, man. Let them have a life outside of work. It's important. It's important. So you guys have a massive Saturday. We're going to have a massive Saturday. We'll see you back here next week at Dan Cummins Chevrolet and Buick in Paris, Kentucky, as we are on our mission to become the #1 used car franchise dealership in America. And we'll see you guys then. Thank you. Thank you, sir.